I'm gonna be honest, guys. This year sucked badly. Pretty sure we can all agree that 2020 definitely was not our year. It definitely was not good. However, we did get some pretty good releases. We got some terrible releases, but we got some good releases. And before we get the video started, I guess I just want to thank everyone for their support during this year. This year I've received more support than I could ever imagine. We gained 400 subscribers literally in a year, which was insane to me. So just thank you guys so much for all the support. And yeah, I guess let's just get on with the video. Today's video is about the best and worst of 2020, I chose 3 different types of media to talk about. We're going to talk about the best and worst films, games, and music. I don't normally talk about music on this channel, but since I do make a lot of music, why not? Why not? Let's just throw it in there. So let's start off with the best and worst films of 2020. Now, I want to say this. We had some pretty good releases. We were going to have some good releases, and they got delayed. But besides that, yeah, we had some pretty decent releases. I had these written down. Oh, yeah. Best film that came out this year. Wonder Woman 84. Alright, I'm just going to be honest. Wonder Woman 84 was great. I need to still make my review on it. So I'm not going to, talk about Wonder Woman 84 that much. But it is my favorite movie that's came out this year. It is so good. It's just a really dramatic and great film with tons of 80s references, and the aesthetic is great. Visual effects are great, except for the beginning, which almost sounds exactly like the first Wonder Woman, now that I think about it. And a lot of the drama within the characters was great. All the characters were well written, and it was better than the first Wonder Woman, which I did a review on, which you should go check that out. It didn't get many views. And if it's better than the 9 out of 10 movie, then it's a good movie. For worst film, I chose a movie I also don't want to talk about much because it's downright terrible. And that's Cuties. You see that? That tells you everything you need to know. That movie sucks. It's just not even well written. I can excuse the pedophilia if you just write it good, but they didn't. It just sucked. Besides that, there's nothing really to talk about this movie. You went to naked 10-year-olds and you're a terrible human. I don't know what else to say for this film. It's pretty bad. But yeah, that's all I really have to talk about for the films, bro. They're just the best film of the year was Wonder Woman 84. Worst film was Cuties, and Cuties was just a dumpster fire of what they were trying to call experimental filmmaking, which wasn't experimental. It was child pornography, sir. You're going to jail. No, but yeah, that's all I really have to talk about for the films. So let's get into the best and worst games of the year. Starting off with the worst game of the year, it has to be Fast and Furious Crossroads. There is no way you can tell me that game is good. You're trying to persuade that a broken mess where all you do is drive, you don't even get to experience any of the action. If I wanted to drive around, I'd just play Need for Speed. At least then it's kind of exciting. And I'm talking new Need for Speed. I'm not talking about the PS2 days. But this game, speaking of PS2, it looks like a PS2 game. The graphics suck. Bad. If you were hyped for this game ever, then you don't have a taste in video games. As a matter of fact, I don't even think you have a taste in anything. It just words can't describe how unplayable this mess was. If you thought Cyberpunk was bad, this is 10 times worse. At least Cyberpunk has the base of not just a good game, an incredible game. It just has all those bugs. This game has those bugs, except it doesn't have a good game to hide them. It has a very short and bad written campaign. All you do is drive. Literally, all you do is drive. You don't even experience any of the cool action or anything. You drive mediocre cars through mediocre landscapes for mediocre action to experience literally the glitchiest mess of your life. It sucks bad. This should have never been made. And I feel bad for anyone who's paid $60 for it. if it even charged that much. I doubt you can actually charge that much for that game. Besides that, I guess we can get into the best game. Now, I didn't play many games this year. I played Fast and Furious just because Moist Critical did, and, I thought that was funny. However, a game that I just recently started playing that a lot of people have been telling me is a great game, and it is a great game so far, and that is my game of the year, which is Ghost of Tsushima. Now, Ghost of Tsushima is just a beautiful work of art that talks about, like, samurais and stuff like that. You know what Ghost of Tsushima is. I don't really need to explain it. It's got a great story, great combat. It's graphically amazing. It might be one of the prettiest games on the PS4, and it doesn't even take up that much storage. So screw you, Call of Duty. Even though you're probably more realistic, but you don't look as good, and you have like 500 gigabytes for your updates, which is weird. But yeah, that's kind of my what I have to say for the video games. There's just a broken mess of a Fast and Furious game, and then there's the greatness that is Ghost of Tsushima. That's my game of the year so far, Ghost of Tsushima. I guess now we can get into the music, which I don't really talk about on this channel. So my best and worst albums of the year. Now, I normally only listen to rap music, which is all I'm going to be talking about. So for worst album of the year, Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti. Now, Carti, we waited 3 years for this album, and it came out to be the most mediocre. It's not even mediocre. It's just sometimes it's just downright bad. At best, it's mediocre. Like, it's just, like, I guess you can say it's experimental, but at the same time, there's no theme, there's no lyricism, there's nothing creative besides, like, I guess the production. But even then, sometimes the production is just loud for the sake of being loud, which is just not pleasing. Nothing about this album is pleasing, and Carti and his fan base are really trying to talk about it. I get some, like, it's the hardest experimental rap album ever. It's not. There's plenty more that are way better. But that's about it for a Whole Lotta Red. Like, it took me 3 days to get through the entire album. It was that bad. Like, it was really bad. There's a couple good songs on it, but that's about it. And they're not even like that good. They're just like mediocre, like trap songs. But when it comes to the best album, this was really hard because 2020 was actually a really great year for hip hop. So I have two that are tied. One of them, I'm white, so I got to bring up Eminem. His deluxe edition that just recently released, "Music to Be Murdered by Side B." That album is great. Like, it's actually great. He returns to his kind of relapse style with his accents and things like that, and he is able to portray a message while also having fun. Like, you can tell he's just having fun for the sake of having fun. And he's dropped some of his best songs ever in his career, which is something you can't say a lot for new Eminem. So, you know what? Music to Be Murdered by Side B is one of my favorite albums of the year. But my other album of the year is No Pressure by Logic. This is Logic's retirement album. He's done with rap. He's doing Twitch now. Shout out to him. I hope he's successful. And yeah, he's just doing Twitch now, which is that's awesome. But you know what I care about is the music, and I'm glad that he ended his career off on a high note. This album, like, production-wise, that's the best production out of anything this year. Lyricism, he's going back to his old Young Sinatra, Under Pressure type vibes, with, of course, this being the sequel titled No Pressure, and just being an overall great project. But that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. That is my best and worst of 2020. Thank you guys so much for the support. My social media links are down below, as well as my new Discord server. Go check that out. There's tons of great stuff over there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.